Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Realpolitics II, the modern-era grand strategy game developed by Jujubee and released by 1C Entertainment, who are sponsoring today's video, and a big thank you to them for that. You can find a link in the description down below. Now, in the last video, we played around with the pandemic aftermath scenario, and that was a pretty fun challenge, and we were able to reform a giant superpower of Scandinavia. Now we're going to move on to the last scenario called Nothing Ever Changes, and based on the title and the description as far as the bombs came, and then come to think about it, perhaps one thing hasn't changed at all. I think this actually is not a modern era scenario at all, but in fact is post-apocalyptic, which could be a fun, wacky change from the main game. So we're going to jump into it and see what's involved. Now, I'm going into this one completely blind, so I have no idea what to expect. Okay, sure enough, it looks like it is, in fact, very different. It is post-apocalyptic. What is this? Awesome. All hail the Bandit King, Awakened Destructors, Blood for the Blood God. I mean, how can I say no? Chained Oblivion, Firestarter Clan. Oh, look at this. There's so many different little factions, but they're all like in one single province with a lot of uncolonized land around it. How very interesting. Trading ghouls. I mean, how can I say no to Blood for the Blood God? I feel like I have to do this one, right? There is no description for this, so I'm not too sure what to expect, but we're going to jump into it. Apparently, we're set up in Death Passage. Select my hand. Should we have army attack value or army defense value? I think I'll go for maybe some attack value. Sure, why not? Let's just have stronger units. Okay, sounds good. So what's happening here? Welcome to the wasteland. When the bombs fell, humanity almost went extinct. The world turned to chaos, World War III, new generations, no death and pain, and omnipresent sand oceans. Even humanity transformed. Ghouls, mutants, and cyborgs are fighting for their place in the world. There can be only one tribe. Oh my god, what is this? Okay, well, I feel like I need someone to explain what's going on here. It's 2137. We're finding ourselves in a hellish world of mutants, ghouls, and cyborgs. Everything comes down to tribes. We have to ensure that nothing can endanger my tribe ever again. What else do I do? In order to expand, we need to explore the ruins of the lost world. There are treasures around you under the ground. Move your units into unclaimed lands and use them to perform actions such as scavenging for resources, hunting for immigrants, etc. Spread your army to cover more ground or keep them together for safety. Interesting. Okay. We can create structures which could be useful, annex enemy provinces after winning a war, or implement land colonization, but we cannot colonize water, which is to say sand oceans. They are always uninhabitable. We can move through them. Okay. Colonize as much as we can afford. Resources are scarce. You'll run out if you overspend. Okay, fair enough. Looks like different types of factions have different benefits. Carrying halls for well-being and action points. Slavers get Thunderdomes. Mutants get Razor Fortresses. Okay, ghouls get meat canneries, cyborgs get extractors. Interesting. Aggressive expansion is cheaper than slow colonization. If you manage to win the war, of course, you can expect no mercy, so don't give any. Oh my god, this seems amazing. All right. So we should be able to split up these armies. Let's go ahead and start by doing that. I guess we'll start by splitting up into a couple of groups of 2. Sure, let's start with this, and then with this group of 3, we'll split you up to have groups of 1. Okay, so I want to send some over here, some here, some here. They said you can split the army to extract as much as possible, right? So let's try for this. Expand through colonization. We should be able to do that right here. Okay, so let's take some money. It takes some action points and some resources. Fine, let's go ahead and begin this process. Looks like it's a one-step thing, though. Instead of usually having to do multiple steps to colonize provinces. So colonization is going to be extra important then. What can we do over here? We can hunt for immigrants, we can scavenge, or we can extract natural resources. Okay, so that gets me these. Scavenging gets me money and action points, but costs me manpower. Hunting for immigrants gets warmonger penalty, but I get population, which should translate into money and action points, as well as manpower. So it seems like hunting for immigrants is going to be really important. And then once you feel like you have a lot of manpower sitting around, you probably need to start spending it by scavenging for extra money and action points. So we'll go ahead and do some of that. In fact, actually, since we're already at maximum, maybe we primarily do scavenging to start, spend the manpower, then gain more since we're maxed out at 100. Sure, we'll try for that right now. Okay. This seems really kind of funny. Now, blood for the blood god, what are we? We are mutants. Okay, so mutants are able to build those, what, Razor Fortress things or something? Sure. Max tax rate, nothing we can do about that. So it seems like there's less mechanics to worry about kind of in general. But it's kind of a race for whoever can get as much land as possible, and there can be only one in a giant Thunderdome-like death match. Oh, man, this is exciting. Okay, I like this. So we're already doing scavenging. I think we did some, we got some manpower going on over here. Let's try extracting some natural resources. We presumably need to get all of the above. We did manage to spend some manpower there. Now we're going to go ahead and try to hunt for some more immigrants. Now, can we just do this indefinitely? Like, should I be splitting up and trying to get 5 provinces all extracting simultaneously? Maybe. I'm a little bit wary about overdoing it, but maybe. I can spend a bit of manpower on this. Sure, why not? Do we want to train some more units? Probably should. We should probably be training about as many as we can. Let's train 3 more. Does obviously cost a lot of money, so that's a bit risky, but that's probably worth. So maybe what we need to do is expand as rapidly as we can to go and fight New Eden, and as long as I have a numbers advantage and we can win that, I can construct lots of buildings. Oh, we are ready to do some colonization, apparently. Okay. We got some money and action points for finishing the task, so let's say the Gold Shore. We need to finish this task first. Okay, fair enough. We'll finish what we're working on first, and then we're going to try expanding. I don't think I can do any more colonization until we have finished with this. Killer Mountains, we've already finished. Let's hunt for some more immigrants. Looks like you get less immigrants as time goes on, though. How bad is it to get warmonger penalties? Is that actually a big deal? Do we care? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. Should scavenge the Gold Shore. It failed. Okay. But if we colonize, we'll spend a bunch of resources. We get some more warmonger penalties, but I'll gain this land. Okay. So we're going to move you over here to get some more extraction going. We have to leave you there, I think, in order to do colonization. So it's a weird game where you have to, like, manage expanding as rapidly as you can without overdoing it. That's a bit weird, right? Not just me? We're getting some GDP growth, and the manpower is kind of passively going up, so that's nice. We failed to hunt for any immigrants. Okay. Well, we knew there was a good chance that that could happen. We'll try again, though, because I do think that that's worth it. Failed to get more immigrants there, too. All right. Let's extract some more resources over here. Let us scavenge. I'm just worried about running out of manpower. If we keep failing to find immigrants, that obviously could become an issue. Now, I'm curious, if we have lots of provinces that are all having their own individual, like, population birth growth rate, could it be that that's the best way to grow my manpower rapidly? Maybe? I do not know. 3 days left, 2 days left, 1 day left, mine. All right, we get Gold Shore. So with that, let's move on to the next one. Is anyone else expanding? It looks like I might be the only one who has expanded up to this point, so maybe I'm doing well. Or maybe I'm overexpanding in the Ace. I know something I do not. It is all entirely possible. Let's just go ahead and move into as many of these provinces as we can. So now we should be able to do more colonization, yes? Okay, so we want to colonize as much as we can, as quick as we can. As long as we're getting plenty of these materials, it's fine. Manpower might be a bit tricky. I think money and stuff's the real trick. We can build stuff. Let's see what we have. Bases, Razor Fortress, army limits, but people become unhappy. This doesn't do anything. Outpost gets unhappiness, manpower growth, army limits. Okay. Society, we have field hospitals to reduce our war losses, more population growth, manpower growth, unhappiness. Tenements, lot more population. Manpower limits, army limits, manpower growth. So it's kind of a jack of all trades. Economy, we have gas stations for fuel, but people are unhappy. Trade hub for everything else. I mean, passive income's nice. And then industry, workshops for just money. Water treatment for metals, unhappiness, and money income, or steam power plants for action points. So I'm going to need a lot of action points, and I think I'm going to need a lot of money. Let's try building some workshops to start. It looks like we might be able to ignore the politics system so far. Could be wrong on that, though. We have failed once again to hunt for any more people, so instead we're going to spend some manpower and try to get some more resources. We have failed to extract over here. We were able to scavenge in the Dark Abyss. Well, thank God for that. Let's see if we can get some immigrants, please and thank you. What else can you guys do? More scavenging? I guess just do more scavenging. I need money and such. You guys can't hunt for any immigrants because we need action points. Let us try to extract some more natural resources. And then I can scavenge. It doesn't cost me any action points, which is kind of a huge advantage. So let's go for that as well. Okay, I'm sort of getting it, I think. I'm not seeing evidence that the AI is expanding, so either I'm doing really well or I'm doing terribly. I don't know. Let's go ahead and jump forward a little bit where I've done a bit more colonization and I've got a better economy going for me. Okay, at this point, I think we've managed to colonize a reasonable amount. By the way, I realized a little bit late that this is apparently South America, and then this is North America, though something broke around here, I guess. I don't know. It's the entire world is just turned on its side. Anyway, so I've colonized enough and built up a lot more economic buildings as far as getting lots more action points. Starting to run a little bit low on money, but that's because I've been training up lots and lots more troops. Now we're actually in the green across the board for most things. I've got about 15 soldiers or so ready to go, with reinforcements on the way, and my neighbor only has 9. Looks like all of the AIs are expanding at roughly the same pace, though they do construct buildings the second they have the opportunity. If I can kill the new Eden group and possibly take over all these buildings, I have to imagine that's going to result in a pretty nice little power spike for me, so let's get ready for some of that. One fun little fact, by the way, is when you colonize, you do consume one of your units. So you have to keep training up more infantry in order for this to work. We're gonna go ahead and join all the armies up together into a group of 15. Now we are going to declare a war, which it looks like can happen pretty much immediately. So we'll just go ahead and do that. There we go, declaration of war is done. March, men, march! Let's see if we can knock these guys out. They got 10 now versus my 15. Meh. Mech, I am sure that I can handle. 'Twill be fine, as long as we have the manpower to go around. Let's keep training up some more troops. You can never have quite enough. Though soon enough, I'm going to need some extra money. All right, so where are you going? You're going over here? Okay, we can catch you over here, maybe. I hope. I think we can. There we go. All right, we're now engaged in a fight. Let's take a look at said fight. Can we click on it? Oh, it looks like in this version, you don't actually get to see the combat, though, so it's all going to be auto-resolved. Well, that's unfortunate. I would have liked to use some tactics. Did we just absolutely annihilate them? We might have. All right, well, let's see if we can catch out the other 4. It sure looks to me like we just absolutely crushed them and didn't even lose anything. Well, that's what we call pretty powerful. Let's go ahead and split up the army real quick. By about half, as so. You go here, you go here. This should finish them off before they have a chance to do anything. And that's gonna be a whole lot more free buildings for me, yeah? Sure as heck. All right, we're gonna acquire some provinces, all 4 of these. Oh wait, that's too much. Oh. All right, we will leave you with your capital. No, I don't wanna leave you the Eden, it's too strong. I will leave you with this outpost that I don't care about, and I'll leave you with the carrying halls that I don't care about, but I will take your workshop and I will take your base so I can train up more units and go. All right, send that. Is there anything really stopping me from just attacking him repeatedly, though? I don't think so. I think our units have to move over here, and then, yeah, we probably can just keep attacking as much as we want. So in the Eden, it looks like we automatically destroy whatever building was over there. We probably can just go ahead and replace it with a nice Razor Fortress, though. I mean, it gets increased army limit. Do I really care about army limit, though, is the thing? Probably not. Let's just see if we can go ahead and build... I can't build another base. Darn. All right, so reinforcing your units is going to become a bit of a pain at some point. Fair enough, fair enough. We're making a heck of a lot more money all of a sudden, though. Yeah. Let's go over the trade hub so I can produce plenty more of the metals, fuels, and such. We are getting a lot more action points now that we've taken some more of their territory. Is there any reason I can't just attack you immediately again? I have to wait for about a year. Okay, no problem. In the meantime, let's go ahead and move up over here with our units and get ready to keep colonizing. And then you guys, as we get closer to other enemies, I need to be a little bit careful not to split up too much, or else we might find ourselves in a dangerous situation. So I'll move some of you there and some of you over here. We'll continue to scavenge as much as I can, but let's be cautious. What is this thing, by the way? Some sort of like a wonder or something, I guess? Kind of interesting. It looks like a Rio de Cristen. Is this the thing in Brazil? I guess it actually makes sense based on where we're located. Oh, fascinating. Do we get some sort of a benefit if we are to take over this region? I don't know. We need some metals. Darn it. Hang on. We can extract for some natural resources. Give me 1 second. Actually, wait a minute. What am I doing? Why would I bother colonizing? Is there any reason I can't go and attack this guy next? I imagine we can. Declaration of war. Yeah, let's go and attack the Raider Empire. We can do things like that. Go, go, go! We got more than enough troops. We can handle this sucker. In the meantime, we'll continue trying to colonize whatever we can. Oh, I have a high warmonger penalty. Warmongering in the New World when I'm called Blood for the Blood God? Who would have guessed? That's ridiculous. All right, we got St. Nuke Church. Oh, okay, so he came after me over here. It's 18 versus 6, though. I mean, what's he really gonna do when you think about it? And the answer is probably about nothing. We already have field hospitals and stuff. What else do I need? Mostly raw resources like metals. Another water treatment facility might be wise. Metals are needed for colonization and for equipping new troops, so that's pretty helpful. The goal is to get ourselves to a point where we are so self-sufficient that we don't need to be scavenging anymore in order to take over pretty much whatever I want. So you keep charging over this direction. We'll just march through all of this guy's lands and see how much we can take. We may be setting ourselves up to be like a big target, but I feel like if we can at least take Central America and hold this, well, I take that back. I was gonna say we can hold this and no one can get to me, but that's not true. We can cross the Sand Sea. All right, well, it sounded good in theory, all right? Shut up. Oh, this guy built a Thunderdome. Gets you a load of manpower. Oh, man. Plus, it makes your armies better. Okay. That kind of makes me feel like the Raiders might be actually the best faction, but who knows? We haven't exactly run into any cyborgs at this point or anything, have we? No. We're probably not going to be able to take quite that much in this particular war, but we can at least take something, right? So let's see what's going to happen with that. There we go. So that should be 100%. Let's demand some provinces. I'll take this, this, this. I can't quite get all the way up here, unfortunately. So we'll just go ahead and have to take these 3, and that will be sufficient. All right, send that away. Yes, I'm a warmonger. How'd you know? How about crossing the ocean to attack these ghoul people over here? Yeah, more warmonger stuff. Blood for the Blood God. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can cross these sands. I'm not sure where they're gonna go. Maybe they're gonna cross, or maybe we can just meet them over here. 0304 N4 N3. It's a grid. Sand C27. Where are the planes coming from? Somebody's watching us. All right, let's just take a whole different direction in this post-apocalyptic world. We're not actually alone. There's somebody watching and organizing this whole thing. All right, either way. So we should be able to take that out. That'll at least get me a foothold in a whole new continental area, and no one will have a clue what to do. Oh my God, they're slaughtering me. Right, whoever these guys are, they're actually really scarily strong. Good, yeah, we may have goofed. We may have goofed real bad. I'll keep training up troops as fast as I can, but maybe this was a horrible blunder. I don't think I was expecting that. Well, maybe we'll win. I don't know. The numbers are sort of in my favor, but like, we've clearly took a load of damage. Maybe they have like just super upgraded units or something. I don't know. They're raiders like me. We lost so many units out of that though. But if we just march over here, I think we're just gonna finish and we can take them out, and that'll at least knock an entire nation out of the game. There it is. All right, demands, acquire provinces, doink doink, and you're mine. Okay, so now we have a foothold up here, and this, I mean, should be at least a somewhat safe place, yeah? So now I can just go ahead and start sending little groups of guys to just go ahead and extract this until the end of time. And unless anyone wants to cross the Sand Sea, I'm more or less untouchable. Okay, and of course New Eden's gonna be really easy to take out in just a few days. Heck, we should probably go ahead and prep to do that. Although they've only got 1 right here. How many troops do I feel like I really need? Answer, not much. Manpower limit or army limit? I think manpower limit. Let's hold on to more of that. And then, yeah, in just a few days, we can go ahead and do this. High war losses. Yeah, that's a slight issue. My GDP appears to be contracting as a result as well. Colonization of land is now possible. Right, we should do that. Let's go over here, I guess, and colonize a bit more. And you guys, we should now be able to kill, so we're going to do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and say 3-to-1 odds are more than enough. We'll kill you, and then we'll move over here next. And that'll be a full occupation. So this should be easy. There we go. And then you move over here, and we'll be able to finish annexing them, and I'll take over the rest of South America proper, and no one's going to be able to contend with me. Yeah, okay. So I think we, at this point, might have already snowballed out of control just by being slightly more aggressive than the AI was, which is fine. That's how it ought to be. If the AI is going to play it cautious and we decide to go ahead and play Hawk versus Sparrow and we want to win it, cool. I got no objection to that. Let's go ahead and move you. I think the guys are already going everywhere. Okay, cool. And then, yeah, we can just continue extracting resources. We should be able to get more manpower, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So at this point, then, we should be able to build out all sorts of buildings. Nothing can possibly contend with me. We've already basically won. So I'm going to say that this is probably going to end up being a fairly short video. But I think this is kind of a fun little twist on the game. I mean, it's not like it's as complicated as the base game, but it is certainly a change of pace, and that's kind of cool. I appreciate that the devs were bold enough to do something radically different with this scenario and play to an entirely different crowd. Pretty impressive. In the meantime, though, blood for the Blood God. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this very different video of Realpolitics II. Thank you again to 1C Entertainment for sponsoring today's video, and of course you guys can find a link in the description down below. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.